Hey, that probably Tego.
It's Malik on the track.
Play that shit up,
I always
TNT.
talk about this shit gonna get better, but I don't be feeling it. The fuck made that lie up? All this shit. Fuck it. It is what it is. I'll be straight regardless, nigga. Fuck it.
They say that dark days don't last forever. Then tell me why you feel like this rain keep getting heavier and this shit don't never get no better.
Todd Lott, ladies and gentlemen, holy moly!
And I ain't never felt so damn alone. I called on you before they took my soul, but you ain't even answer the phone. So tell me how the hell I'm supposed to feel when nobody that I know can keep it real. I was there for you and I am still, regardless if you love me like you say you did. Cause I can't hurt you like you hurt me. Everything that I did, thought about your feelings. When you rip my heart, I was just gon' kill me. Cause I got more fake friends than real enemies. So you can keep that love shit, I just want that love.
Left center field, get back, Mr. Baseball! Get out of town! Lock it, cock it, rock it! We stock it! We're tied here in the seventh!
Cause I been hurt so much.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. This video is gonna be more on the serious end with everything going on as far as social injustice, everything that happened with George Floyd. But before I get into that, y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends. Hit me up on Instagram at _YoungNueve. Y'all get on me on that. I'm the most active on there. Twitter at Todd Lott 9. And yeah, man, it's sad. Every death that came within police's hand when it's not, it wasn't called for. When it's not called for, it's just sad seeing that and being African American, being a black dude, having those fears of that could be my dad, that could be me, that could be my brother, you know what I'm saying? So it's just looking at all that, it's just real sad, man, and you're just scared, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of my audience, they wouldn't understand unless they are African American or a minority. They wouldn't understand how it is other than the sports wise, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't understand waking up every day fearing for your life, you know what I'm saying? So everybody who tries to understand, you know what I'm saying, that's my friends, or they're a fan of me, if they try to understand, you know what I'm saying, kudos to you, because a lot of people, they don't care, you know what I'm saying, they see it happen and they turn a blind eye. So I just appreciate y'all for being there for us who have to go through it and trying to understand, trying to get it, even though it's hard for them too, but they try, and that's all we ask for. So, you know what I'm saying? George Floyd's death really woke up America to how America really is. It woke up everybody to the real America. It happened before George Floyd. It happened after George Floyd, but it really woke up everybody to what the world really is and what it was 200 years ago. So this was something that I've had to deal with my whole life. Not police brutality, that's an awful thing. And getting in on police brutality, man, it's so many different cases before George Floyd. Alton Sterling, Trayvon Martin wasn't police brutality, but the dude who killed him should have been prosecuted and put in jail. It's just so many cases that didn't get justice, and finally a case where it shouldn't even got to that. It shouldn't even got to the point where he's on his neck, you know what I'm saying, and he's calling out for his mom, his dead mother at that, and he's, you know what I'm saying, he's calling out for his life. He's about to die, you know what I'm saying? He took his last breath with somebody on his neck, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get into that because that's not what really this video is about. It's the main part of the video, but it's not. I don't want to talk about what happened. But yeah, man, it's just, it boils over from just years of people not saying anything, people turning a blind eye, people not thinking it's something that's real, and that's including us, that's including African American, that's including minority, that's including everybody who's living, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought that racism wasn't real or wasn't as big as it used to be or wasn't as bad as it used to be, but this is real, bro. It's scary to think that you walk outside and somebody don't like you because of your skin color or because of the way you walk, you know what I'm saying, because your hair, you know what I'm saying, like something like when I was in school, they didn't really like long hair, and I used to, you know what I'm saying, I used to twist my hair up like this, and people with authority didn't like that. They always had something to say about it. They always had something smart to say about it, and you know what I'm saying, I just took it on the chin. I wore it how I wanted to wear it, and to a point where me and my family discussed I had to cut my hair because of how they would look at me different. So I ended up cutting all my hair, and I grew it back, but I ended up cutting all my hair, and now it's just to the point where I don't care, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the person that I am. I'm gonna grow my hair out. I'm gonna have dreads, you feel me? I'm gonna be a black man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be one of these baseball black boys who you have to put on, you have to have a different persona about yourself, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be a dude that grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, with the tattoos, with the dreads, with the gold, everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be Todd. I'm gonna be myself. And that's what I feel like I should have did more when I was in school. Like, I was always myself, but just simple stuff like my hair or wearing a lot of chains when I play, and people that, again, people of authority had a problem with it, and they wanted me to be this person, or they wanted me to, you know what I'm saying, they want everybody to be the same. No, you're gonna have different people on your team, but getting into like systematic racism, a lot of people think it's systematic racism, like supposed systematic racism, but no, it's real. I didn't get the bad part of it, of like growing up in the hood where, you know what I'm saying, that's the only place people know, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the good side of it. They don't know being able to go to college, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I was fortunate enough to grow up in a good neighborhood, in a good household, have both my parents, have a loving sister. I was fortunate to have that. A lot of people that I knew and that I'm close with still to this day didn't have the opportunity to have both their parents in the house, had their dad in jail, their mom in jail, something like that, or a brother or a sister killed before, you know what I'm saying? But I was fortunate enough to be on that other side and not have to deal with stuff like that. So, but I didn't miss a lot of it. You know, I didn't have the good life, as people would say. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the hood, but Jacksonville as a whole is a hood. Like, so I strive to get out there. As a whole, it's just not somewhere I wanted to be. But yeah, enough about that. I had to deal with systematic racism a different way, and I was in baseball. I was always known as the basketball player, the football player playing baseball. I was never known as Todd, the baseball player. I was always known as the basketball player. As I said, I was always known as the basketball player playing baseball. Oh, you move like you play basketball. You move like a football player. Blah blah. I always had to hear that. I always had to go through that. I always had to be twice as better as the next man, because they were never looking at me as a baseball player, even though I was all the time the best player on the team. They never realized that, because I had to be twice as better as the next man. So I always just had to work for what I got. I couldn't slack off. I couldn't come to practice one day and not give them all, because I was going to be the one that they take it out on that day. They might let somebody else slip up the day before, but if I came in and I had a bad day of practice, I had a bad game, I was going to hear from it. I was going to hear from the coaches, and they were going to make an example out of me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to deal with that growing up. I had to deal with daddy ball. I had to deal with knowing that somebody shouldn't be in the lineup, and they're in the lineup over me because of my skin color, because say I was playing basketball, I missed a practice, I was playing basketball. So like, hey, you're not playing today, you know what I'm saying? I had to deal with all that, but it made me a better player, it made me a better man, and it just opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. Especially growing up with it. Growing up, like I said, I played basketball, I played football, I played baseball. I was always known as that kid, that other sport kid that plays baseball also. Like baseball, people would say that baseball is my second sport, when really baseball is my first sport. All the other sports is my second sport, second or third sport. You know what I'm saying? I put baseball over everything, and people said that the other sports were my first sports because of my skin color. You know what I'm saying? You don't see a lot of young black kids playing baseball as their number one sport, especially in today. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying, baseball is their second, third sport. But I'm just thankful for my father and my mom for forcing me into baseball, because if it wasn't for them, I would be playing football right now. I would be playing basketball. If it wasn't for them, I would be, you know what I'm saying, I would be in the league right now playing basketball. I would be, you know what I'm saying, I would be playing for the Cowboys or some shit. You feel me? So, like, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in the position that I was, because just having to overcome that stuff. And I had a story about when I was in T-ball, I was playing up. I was playing a year up. But I was the big black kid at whatever age that was. And people were saying, oh, he's too old, his parents are lying, blah, blah, blah. He's too big to be in T-ball. So they requested my birth certificate. Got my birth certificate. Learned that I was actually too young. So then they were looking dumb, of course, you know what I'm saying, looking dumb. I had to play another year of T-ball because of that incident. But I always played up. I had to play another year of T-ball because of the incident. Another incident, I went to go get lessons. Like, everybody get lessons when they're young from somebody. This dude played in the big leagues for the Cubs. I forgot his name. I don't care about his name. He was irrelevant after this happened. But got lessons from him. He told me, my dad heard it. My dad actually cussed him out after this happened. He told me to go stick with football and basketball. I'm saying that I didn't have a future in baseball, so I might as well just go play basketball, go play football. And yeah, that stuck with me. That stuck with me to this day. I always ask my dad, well, I haven't asked my dad. I always wanted to ask my dad what's his name so I can hit him up and send him everything I done did in baseball since he said that to me. And this was before middle school, so I was still young, very young, and he told me this to my face as a young kid, you know what I'm saying? So how would you feel if you were, say I was 10, how would you feel if a grown man told you when you're only 10 that you should play another sport? Like, you don't want to play you don't want to play that sport anymore because you like, damn, like, this dude really told me I should play another sport. So my dad cussed his ass out, cussed him out, and then I kept playing baseball from there. I ended up getting injured in like middle school or 6th grade, and I had broke my orbital bone right here. I don't know if y'all can see the scar, if y'all seen it before, but yeah, I broke my orbital bone right there. And I didn't want to play baseball no more. This was the one time that my parents would have understood if I didn't want to play baseball no more, but I stuck with it because I knew the end route. A lot of people didn't think I was gonna play. A lot of people didn't want me to play, but I stuck with it. In high school, I was always, because I didn't play football in high school, I was always the basketball player playing baseball. I came out a month later after baseball season because of basketball. I always was late to baseball. I was one of 3 black people on the team, 3 black players on the team, and one of them my best friend, you know what I'm saying, Jordan. I always had to deal with, where's Todd at? Oh, Todd's the basketball player. He doesn't even care about baseball. And it's funny because me and Jordan is the only people that were on that team to play college ball and play ball at the next level. So we how it worked out was the school wasn't in the country at all. It was more on the white part of town, but still it was like half and half. It was like 50-50. So they I know a couple of incidents, a couple of players where we almost had to fight because they say some words about me, I say some words about them, and at that point it's like it's no more reason to talk. You know what I'm saying? So enough about that. Yeah, man, this video is really just me addressing everything that's going on, me explaining my experiences with what I had to go through, you know what I'm saying, with what I had to go through growing up, what I have to go through still to this day. I get people, I have a Cardinals baseball shirt on, a UO baseball shirt on, and people will come up to me and like, hey, you play football? I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the world that we live in. It's sad it has to be this way, but people are going to be people, and you just have to keep going, and you just have to keep your head on straight, take it for what it is, and don't let anybody disrespect you. That's a big point. Don't let nobody disrespect you with your craft. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's really gonna wrap it up. I've been sitting here for 17 minutes. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up, man. Appreciate y'all watching this video. Appreciate y'all all the support and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna come with more energy in the next video. This was just more like a sit down, like mellow, serious video where I just want to address everything that was going on. And yeah, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and gonna be back later.